We are just about a month into hurricane season, and forecasters already keeping an eye on the tropics. Also watching the weather very closely, a veteran-led humanitarian organization called Team Rubicon. That group is the subject of a new streaming series on the Roku channel. Take a look.
I'm Kevin O'Connor. I work with a team at This Old House that rebuilds old homes. When people run away from disasters,
Hurricane Ian is moving in our direction.
This will be a heavy rain event that could impact life and property.
These are the men and women who run towards it. Most of them spent years volunteering to serve their country.
I'm watching this disaster unfold and feel an urge to help.
The damage is astronomical, beyond belief.
Everything's just tore up.
And I said, I think I should go down there.
Their mission is to help the neediest.
Let's do it.
They call themselves Team Rubicon.
I started calling Marines that I'd served with. We inspired and launched this movement that would become an organization.
Come with us as we help those in need.
And joining us now, the host of the Team Rubicon series you saw there, Kevin O'Connor, along with Team Rubicon CEO Art De La Cruz. Great to see you both. Art, I'm happy to see you. We saw our buddy, our mutual friend Jake Wood in there, co-founder of Team Rubicon. For people who are not familiar with the work you do in the group, give them a sense of how this all started and how it's grown from there.
Yeah, so Jake Wood started this organization in 2010 after the Haiti earthquake, and since that time, we've grown from those 8 initial deployers to a force of over 170,000 registered volunteers, of which over 50% are volunteers. So we use the skills, experience, and education that military veterans have to help people on their worst day after disasters.
And so, Art, it literally goes, in my experience with Team Rubicon, disaster strikes, it hits the news, you guys see some weather coming somewhere, and you rally the troops in a way that was not unlike the work you all did serving overseas.
Yeah, I think that's a really accurate characterization. You know, the reality is, just like the military, our volunteers are training year-round to be ready, you know, when disaster strikes. It's about the preparation, it's about the process, it's about the equipment, and ultimately about the people executing.
Kevin, what impressed you most? You've seen some rebuilding in your time on television and outside of it. What impressed you most as you watch closely and observe the work that Team Rubicon does?
When I deployed to start making the show, every person that I met, you couldn't tell who was a veteran, who was a civilian. Every person I met woke up from a cot in a hot, sweaty gym or a YMCA and was ready to work. They didn't ask who they were helping. They didn't complain about, you know, that the food might have been a little cold that morning. They wanted to get some stuff done. And it's this mentality that you are surrounded by with everyone who shows up there, that they just want to get busy helping their neighbors. And it's very inspiring.
So, Kevin, walk us through some of the disasters that you guys responded to, you know, for these shows, and how did this differ from the work you're used to doing?
Well, we met Team Rubicon back in 2017 after Hurricane Harvey. They were doing cleanup and rebuild, and that's sort of more of what we do on This Old House, which is sort of how to rebuild houses, make them resilient. What's different here is the immediacy of the response. You know, so literally a storm happens, and they have boots on the ground within 24 hours. And so the things that we did where we were responding to Hurricane Ian, which was a long-term cleanup, but then we also would get the call that a tornado touched down in Selma, Alabama, and we had to be there within a day or so, and immediately start setting up operations so that you could help the homeowners who've been affected, the survivors. And we were doing things like tarping roofs, mucking out houses, cleaning up. It's a ton of hard work, but it's incredibly satisfying things to do.
Let's take another look at a moment from the show. One episode where a Team Rubicon volunteer, in the midst of responding to a natural disaster, makes a surprising discovery.
I'm guessing this butter bar belongs to an Air Force officer.
Yep, Second Louis.
Second lieutenant.
We went fishing for your dad's cabinet, and we came up with something else altogether.
We thank you guys.
Good to do it.
Never forget it.
We work for Hugs.
Mike Barnicle, you've gotten to know this organization pretty well over the years as well. Jake Wood has been a friend of ours, a guest on this show many times, talking about the work. And it is Haiti and it's Puerto Rico, but a lot of it is at home with hurricanes and tornadoes and the disasters we've seen. Hurricane Sandy, for example, that hit the tri-state area so hard in 2012. They just do awesome work. And on the other side of it, as Art can tell you, is it gave a lot of purpose to a lot of veterans who may have needed it at that time in their lives.
Boy, that's for sure, Willie. That is for sure. And Kevin, the word team itself, could you speak to the word team in terms of whether it's a squad, whether it's a platoon, whether it's a whole company? How many people, how many of the volunteers were drawn to this, to Team Rubicon, because of the need to feel part of a team again?
You know, as I said, the people who show up for this are people who really want to get busy, get their hands dirty, and be involved. And it's nice to be able to write a check to an organization to support them, or to sometimes help spread mulch or what it is. This is an entirely different level of engagement. People are literally deploying to these sites. They're living in tough situations, but they're coming there because they really want to help their fellow citizens. You can feel that mentality that I think comes from the military, but it spreads to the civilians like myself who are there. Everybody sort of pulls together. It doesn't matter what you are in civilian life or military life. Everybody has a job. That's one of the principles of Team Rubicon. Everyone has a job, everyone has a purpose, and you get stuff done. When you're working next to the CEO of the organization, a Navy pilot, a Top Gun instructor, and he and I are putting on Tyvek suits, stripping down wallboard, and pulling out nasty installation, it sends a message that you are here to work, here to help. It doesn't matter who you are in your regular life. Now is a time for community service. And that team building is something that I think it makes everybody feel, it helps you get up in the morning to do the work that we have to do.
What's amazing about this is that obviously you're helping the communities that have been hit by disasters. But talk a little bit more about what this means for the veterans themselves. My husband's a veteran, then he was a war correspondent. I know how hard it can be for people then to kind of readjust and honestly find that same sense of purpose that they had when they were serving in civilian life. And talk a little bit about that and what this does for the veterans themselves.
Yeah, well, we're really fond of saying that, veterans are built to serve, as you saw from your husband. Oftentimes the skills and the experience, the education they have remains untapped. So we like to say, by volunteering with Team Rubicon, you connect with the community that you left, you maintain an identity, and probably most importantly is you have this incredible purpose in helping people after their worst day. In addition, you find that through volunteering, it's a really great, and I like to say selfish act, where individuals who serve find, again, this resilience, this idea that they can be a part of something larger than themselves. So it becomes a really, really powerful act, not just for the communities and the people you're serving, but for the individual themselves. And we think that's what keeps them coming back to continue helping, after these disasters.
As you said, Art, 175,000 registered volunteers with Team Rubicon. 55% of them are military veterans, so you don't have to be a vet to get involved. If somebody's watching this and wants to jump on board, what's the best way to do it?
Yeah, TeamRubiconUSA.org. We'd love your support, and we'd love to see you in one of our gray shirts.
It is a great day out there and helps a lot of people. You can watch the entire Team Rubicon series for free right now on Roku TV. Go online, sign up to help out, as Art just said. Kevin O'Connor, Art De La Cruz, thank you both very much for being here today. We appreciate it.